Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Tuesday, March 1st, 2016, around 6:56 in the morning, Billerica, Massachusetts. Going to be a sunny day out and highs in the mid-40s, a couple of degrees above average. Take it when we can. Tomorrow it's going to maybe rain. But the outlook for March is warmer than average, which is good, and looks like no snow in the future for March. It's coming in like a lamb. It might go out as a lamb. Usually comes in like a lion, goes out as a lamb in New England. Some news to report. The Boston Celtics beat the Utah Jazz by a score of 195. And it's Super Tuesday. Many states have the primaries to vote for the next president. So go out and vote in many states. And that's about it on news. My first video blog subject of the day is the top 67 players in the NHL since the league expanded from the original 6. From 6 to 12 and eventually to 30. These are the 67 best NHL players who have played in the NHL since 1967. This list will not include some of the players who played in the original 6 era. So there'll be no Maurice Richard, John Beliveau, Bobby Hall, Stan Mikita, and others, because most of their success happened before the NHL expanded in 1967, so they're not included on this list. A couple of players on this list, when I get to them, played in the original 6 area, but most of the success happened after the NHL expanded, and I'll get to them when I get to them. And here are the top 67 players in the NHL who's played in the NHL since 1967. Number 67 on this list is Brad Park, defenseman who played 18 seasons in the NHL with the Rangers, the Bruins, and Red Wings. He was a great defenseman. He always was a perennial Norris Trophy finalist, but he would never win it because he played in an era with Bobby Orr, who won Norris Trophy after Norris Trophy after Norris Trophy. Then Dennis Potvin and Larry Robinson. If Brad played in any other era, he probably would win multiple Norris Trophies. He retired, and after the 1985 season, he became a first ballot Hockey Hall of Famer. His number 2 should be retired by the Rangers. Well, he shares it with Brian Leetch. Brian Leetch had it retired for number 2. Maybe they could retire number 2 in Brad Park's honor as well. Number 66 on this list of the greatest NHL players since 1967, Steven Stamkos, who's currently the captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning. He scores a lot of goals. He's well over 300 goals. He's probably one of the top 10 best players in the NHL right now. Hopefully he signs a long-term contract with the Tampa Bay Lightning to stay with them, because the Lightning could be a perennial Stanley Cup finalist, but he's an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year, and Toronto Maple Leafs have set their sights on getting him. We'll wait and see if he goes to Toronto. Number 65 on this list of the top 67 players in NHL since 1967, Rod Laneway, who was a defenseman who spent most of his career with the Washington Capitals. He was a defensive defenseman, which was very rare in the 70s and 80s because of all the offense. He won two Norris Trophies as a member of the Capitals. He was their first big superstar player. Number 64 on this list of the greatest NHL players since 1967 to play in the NHL, Eric Lindros, who played mostly for the Flyers, and he played for the Rangers, Maple Leafs, and Dallas Stars. Captain of the Flyers for many years. He was a great player, won 1995 Most Valuable Player in the NHL. Kind of injury prone, but he was like a great power forward center, and he retired after the 2007 season. There's a push to get Eric Lindros in the Hall of Fame, and it could happen this year. Number 63 on this list of the greatest NHL players since 1967, Henrik Zennerberg, who's currently the captain of the Detroit Red Wings. He has over 300 career goals, over like 800 points. He's a great captain of the Red Wings. He won Stanley Cup in 2008. Number 62 on this list of the greatest NHL players since 1967, Luc Robitaille, who played 19 seasons in the NHL, mainly with the Canes, plus he played for the Rangers and the Penguins. He scored well over 500 goals. He was a great right winger. He won the Calder trophy for League's Rookie of the Year in 1987. He was a great Kings player, all-time goal scoring leader for them. And his number 20 is retired at the Staples Center. Number 61 on this list of the greatest NHL players of all time since 1967, Ed Belfour, the Eagle goaltender who spent the majority of his career with the Blackhawks, plus he played for the Sharks, Stars, Maple Leafs, and Panthers. He won over 400 games, 2 times Vezina Trophy winner, and 1999, he won Stanley Cup for the Dallas Stars, first ballot Hockey Hall of Fame in 2011. And number 60 on this list of the greatest NHL players of all time since 1967, Michel Goulet, left winger who played the majority of his career with the Quebec Nordiques, and he also played for the Chicago Blackhawks, scored well over 500 goals, first ballot Hockey Hall of Famer in 1998. And that's about it on that. Tomorrow, this list will go from 59 to 51. And I will be back later, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus with 2 more video blogs. One will be about the classic TV game show Battlestars, and this last one will be the personality profile, which will be about Blackjack Mulligan, WWE Hall of Famer. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly Roseblood of WCCO. Roxanne has nice legs. Elizabeth Hot so stunning. She's the best. Barbara Gibbs of ABC 11 has the sweet southern accent, which is the best. And Amy Swenzy so awesome. And in the words of Dee Patel last week, no bus. Don't forget Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus questions, comments, concerns, shout-outs, plugs. Send it to me. And March 22nd is going to be the second Ask Rich video blog. So send those questions in right now. See you later. Have a good day.